it should not hurt your feelings.
But it does.
But I hate the conversation because I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings.
I don't give a shit if it does.
That's what I'm saying. You don't give a shit. Exactly.
Beyonce can call herself a girl, so can I.
I'm a fucking woman. I'm a fucking woman. Don't you fucking woman.
No, you're fucking pronoun. No, you're pronoun.
I want to begin with something simple. If a person tells you that something hurts them and you claim to care about that person, you listen, you pause, you reflect, you take it seriously. That's not politics, that's not ideology, that's just human decency, right? And yet here we are, because this entire situation didn't start with the word she. It started with the word respect. I sat next to someone who says she cares deeply about people's feelings. Someone who says she values one-to-one connection, compassion, empathy, and kindness. Someone who says hurting others is the opposite of who she is. And then, face to face, one-to-one, she chose to deliberately hurt me. And it wasn't by accident, it wasn't by misunderstanding, it was on purpose, after I clearly expressed my boundary. She didn't just dismiss my feelings, she mocked them. She didn't just trample my boundaries, she treated it like a joke. She didn't just ignore my humanity, she walked away from it. And the irony, she did all of that in the name of being kind. And that is the whole point. That was my whole point. Because this argument isn't about whether she called a man she. It's about whether she treated me like a person whose feelings mattered. She said she cared about feelings, just not mine. She said she valued compassion, just not towards me. She said she takes people one-to-one. She said that repeatedly, except when that person is sitting right next to her. She claims her refusal to respect biological reality. It's about protecting others. But her refusal to respect my emotional reality exposed the truth. This was never about kindness. It was about performance. Because if someone can passionately care about the hypothetical feelings of a man that she has never met in person, but openly sneer at the feelings of the woman sitting right beside her, that's not compassion. That's virtue signaling. That's moral theater. And nothing shows that emptiness of that performance more clearly than what happened after. For the past 5 days, she has gone on her show after show, telling audiences, oh my God, MJ's feelings were hurt because I said she. Oh my God, can you believe she was offended? She reduced a real human moment to a punchline, not because she didn't understand its depth, but because she didn't want to face its truth. And here's the truth. Words are not decoration. Words are architecture. They build reality. They shape law. They define who is protected and who is erased. And right now, women are being erased, one word at a time. The language she, assigned female at birth, identifies as, aligns with, woman by feeling, is not neutral, it's not harmless, it's not kind. It's rewriting legal categories. The word woman, it's not a mood, it's not a costume, it's not a feeling. It is a sex class, a biological category. It is a legal designation, and it is the foundation of women's rights, and so it matters. So when I say that calling a man she feels disrespectful to me, especially in a conversation about women and identity, that is not about me being fragile. That is about me defending the category that protects my rights. Because if the word woman can include anyone that wants to be one, and it can include everyone, it protects no one. If woman is a feeling, then sex-based protections cease to exist. And when she says hurting my feelings doesn't matter, she was proving exactly why this debate is so necessary. Because once you erase truth in language, you erase the truth in people. And here's what's really remarkable. I wasn't asking her to change what she believes. I wasn't demanding she betray her worldview. I wasn't correcting her every time she said she while describing a man. I wasn't telling her she couldn't use certain words with other people. After hearing how she takes people one-on-one and she has this respect and love for people, I put that to a test. I asked for her to respect me directly, personally, relationally. And she refused. She escalated and she walked off. And then she mocked me publicly because being seen as compassionate mattered more to her than actually being compassionate. And that's the contradiction. That's the hypocrisy. That's why this matters. Because if the word woman does not matter to you, then women's rights do not matter to you either. You cannot protect a sex you cannot name. You cannot defend a class you cannot define. And if you care about women, then you must care about the truth, not the fashionable truth, not the convenient truth, real truth. The world may be confused, the headlines might be loud, the ideology may be fashionable, but truth is steady. Women are women, and respect goes both ways. So I'm here today not because my feelings were hurt by a word, but because the meaning behind that word was dismissed. And the person using it proved that she cared far more about being applauded than about being honest. Words matter. Women matter. Respect matters.
Man, it is man.
I think is the most awful part. A lot of people don't realize in this situation. What the public didn't realize is he was also undressing with us in the locker room. And this is not something that happened once or twice. This is something that they made us do 18 times every single week. Exactly, and it was one of those situations where when we tried to raise our concerns to the athletic department, the school told us that we were hateful and bigoted. And they told us that it was a non-negotiable and we had no choice but to deal with it. And the last thing they said is, if you still object to this, please seek psychological services. They told us we needed to be re-educated to become comfortable with the idea of undressing with a man.
Like little girls, where little girls are swimming, there's men exposing their penises in the locker room and changing into their
yeah, that's just a pervert.
So
that's
if we
not all
asked
trans
Alva,
people.
do you go to
Just because you feel threatened by my freedom doesn't mean I pose a threat to you.
Kill transphobes 2022.
And anything that makes you think or feel otherwise is birthed from your fear, not reality.
I dare you to try and stop me from going into a women's bathroom. It will be the last mistake you ever make.
It's just angry. I want revenge.
I want to stab all of you to death as many times as I can. So stop making your discomfort our problem. I want to stab you in the throat and twist it like I'm carving a fucking pumpkin. I shred you into tiny fucking pieces. I want to tear your fucking bones out from your goddamn body. I want to scoop your brains out with a fucking spoon. I want to eat your fucking flesh.